It's another week. Hello, everybody.
We're still here. Hooray!
Hurrah! Thank God for that.
Hooray! Just, not getting too stressed. Hopefully you're not getting too stressed. Just got to stay present, haven't we? Kind of in the moment, in the now.
Stay
in the now moment.
All we have is now.
All we have is now. And this week, one of the best things I heard this week was that a medical fetish porn site donated their entire stock of scrubs and masks because it's a big moment and we've got to do what we can.
You know what I like about that story? Not only is it kind, but their attention to detail in their films is clearly accurate, that they've got proper masks and...
Oh, I think they would have got the films. I'm not sure it was a porn film. Well, I don't know anything about this. Obviously, I'm innocent.
Anyway, it's one of the best things you heard this week.
It was a good one.
Yeah, moving on very swiftly.
And what else happened this week? Yeah, we just, it really is bringing out the best and the worst in people, isn't it? And, we've had a few moments with our boys in blue who've been going around a little bit like they're Judge Dredd. Well, we like a democratic society, so let's hope it doesn't go too pear-shaped. I don't mind giving up some rights, but it was starting to get a little bit much, like we're imprisoned, and that doesn't sit well, does it? So we'll watch see how that goes. And you're looking like the singer out of The Cure today. You've got a bit of
I've got a slight headache.
He's got a bit of zhuzh in his hair.
Headache. And my hair's a bit John Cooper Clarke.
Is that what you're going for?
I'm not going for anything. It's just gone massive. I was asked, I took some money out of the bank yesterday and the person said to me, have you got any ID? No. How much do you want to take out? X amount. Why are you taking it out? Because I want to.
Because it's my money.
What are you going to use it for, mate? Whatever, mate.
Mind your own business.
So he was like, well, we can't let you take that amount out, but we can let you take out close to that amount. I was like, hold on a minute, it's my money. So I just went up to the person at the cash desk who just let me take the money out, but it was like a bit strange, and he had a big mask on. He looked a bit like a toucan, actually. That's
what they should start doing. If this goes on any longer, we should all sort of paint them into beaks and like bird.
Masks.
Yeah, like a sort of a...
I'm sure someone's doing that. That's a good idea. Maybe
like a masked ball.
That's quite a cool idea. Yeah.
That's the way to have a party.
Yeah.
I've cracked it.
As you're kind of 2 meters away from each
other. We should have
a
masked ball, all with proper masks. Somebody should just start designing them, and then all parties from now on. Well, it won't last that long, will it?
How long do you think it will last?
Just a couple of years.
I think it's going to be a couple of months, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Can't really think about it. My daughter's amusing herself. She's just made this. Isn't that lovely? I do love that.
Last night, 8 o'clock, the UK did a little clap.
A little clap.
For the NHS and key workers.
You can't clap around here. Well, you could, but nobody would hear you. It's a bit remote. So what people did last night around here is the next door neighbour got his trumpet out, giving it a bit of the old military, and then various farmers with shotguns started letting them off. And it was a good job we knew what was going on, because it was a bit like a sort of reenactment of the Civil War.
But it was like round here, because there's only a few of us around here really, so clapping would have been wasted. So it was a good effort.
It was a bloody good effort.
It was like a kind of like a return to a Civil War reenactment, and slightly. It's like you were put into a different world for a second. So I thought, maybe next week or the week after, I'll fire up the guitar amp and just knock out a quick riff or two.
Yeah.
To the
I
NHS.
suggested like a little Brian May solo. He said no.
Just because Brian's his own man, and
you're your own man.
I'm not going to be able to do a Brian May riff, and,
and you can't.
As much as I love him, I can't do it neither would I want to. But I can give my own take on an NHS loving and caring
if
riff.
you do that, I'm going to film it.
All right, well, let's do that.
We'll put it up.
Okay, we'll do that.
That'll be worth,
Yeah.
And hats off anyway to all the front line, of course. There's the farmers are still at it, as you can see. The tractors still go by, and all those lovely food suppliers. Thank God we've got something to eat.
Thank God.
So it's not too bad, really. We're trying to keep it together. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't get too stressed.
There's no point stressing, is there?
Just stop and listen to the birds, and remember,
I tell you what.
Worse.
And when I was in the car returning from our single shop of the week, just me in the car, not you and me in the car.
I didn't go.
I was listening to the radio, and this radio program decided to ask some experts in self-isolation onto the show to give their advice to us at home. The thing is, the people they got on to give the advice were like, one was an astronaut on the space station, and one was like a hostage
Who'd been kept
who'd been
in a
kept
cell
for like a year
with
and a
no
half.
lights.
So, you know, they started the conversation by saying we brought on these experts, and this guy's was in this situation, and this guy was on the space station. What tips can you give us? And the guy who was a hostage just said, well, clearly things are a bit different because we have comfort at this moment in time in TV and the internet.
In
and
every
books.
way, it's a bit different. It's quite an interesting idea.
So
that someone that had been a hostage in a cell for several years with no light and living on porridge, that he could advise us how to cope with our isolation.
Well, he did give some advice though, and his advice was to read that book you wanted to read and haven't got around to reading yet. Make sure you get sun when the sun's out. Make sure you get sun. Listen to music as you're doing little tasks. If there's any friction between hostages you've got in your house or your family members, make sure you address them early so that it doesn't escalate. That was one of his big tips. And the guy at the space station said you need to just look out the window for passing alien vehicles.
It's like, what do you do when you're isolated on a spaceship? Drive the spaceship?
Well, his tip was to exercise because in space your bone density gets impacted. So
It was an interesting choice, and I'm not sure how helpful, really.
it was a bit extreme. But if anyone's going to know about self-isolating, they are the extreme.
I can see why they went there.
Yeah, they
but,
went there. It just made our situation seem like it was.
Yeah, a bit too cushiony.
It was a bit like the BBC had gone, now let's get these experts on.
Worst case scenario,
and make
imagine
it-
this.
And make everybody at home just feel a little bit more grateful for what
Yes,
they've got.
you will feel grateful for your soft bed.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're doing some cool things, whatever you're doing, you know, as this time is going on, that you're using the time to read that book, do that jigsaw, start that new business idea, knit a sweater. Right.
Well, let's hope we're on a good route to some solution.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week.
Bye.